Hey everyone, I'm trying to get to the spark plug injectors. They are over here. That's where the rail is. Currently had to remove the battery, had to remove the air intake, and I just disconnected this from that. And so it looks like there's two bolts here that are holding this on top, so we're going to try to remove that. Alright guys, so an hour and a half later, finally got this loose. So if you look at the video, if you look at this picture here, you're going to see several bolts that you have to unbolt in the back. And so the best way to do that is to stick your hand in here and then go from the bottom up, bottom up, bottom up. And so it's a little tough. It took me about an hour to get all the bolts out, and it gets a little tougher over here because there's a radiator hose that goes into the engine, and it's right next to one of the bolts. So you eventually end up having to just kind of hug the engine to get back there, but I was able to get it off. There's also a hose right here. I think you have to pull that back. So the rail is held on by this bolt. So once you unbolt this, you have to wiggle this, but eventually you can get it to pull out. So here are the injectors. Just turn it. So you just pull this clip out. Just pull that out and kind of wiggle this out of the rail. Quick video before I forget. So these two bolts bolt into the back of the soft felt thing. There's one on top and then one on the bottom. Those two little things kind of keep the felt in place. So that's what that's for. These go into the actual that thing, the bolts that are on top, and that one goes on top with this weird attachment that's on the right side. That just screws in, no problem. These four bolts go to the carburetor looking thing. These two bolts go into the side plastic thing on the right side, and then these go on the left side. So the purpose of those two are relatively the same. And then the ones over here are just kind of, that's for the air intake and the air sensor, and that's for the windshield, for the coolant on the left side. Hey everyone, so the way you remove these is you pop, like they just pop out, so you just need to push and then they will release. So let's do this one really quickly. So the best way to open this is to get a little tool like this. A little pry tool, and inside there's a little red tab there. And so what you do is you take your hook and you lift that tab. So you lift it and then you pull. So guys, I find it easier to stick your finger in here and lift up the clip, and then pull using the little pry tool. So you pull the tab down with your nail lifting up the inside of the clip. And so then once you've unclipped it, all you have to do to remove it is you have to press on this part of the clip. So you do that, and then it slides right out. So make sure you push here, because if you don't, you're going to struggle. It's not going to come off. Make sure you put the clip back on once you connect the fuel line, and then you start to slowly work everything back into place. So remember, the hose that goes into this hole, into that, goes into that right there. Hey guys, I'm about to wrap this up. It's been a long day, but I just wanted to point out a few areas to watch out for. So right here, these clips, I never figured out how to loosen them up, so I just ended up breaking them. You know, I guess you would just use a pick here. Don't do what I did. I just kind of ripped it off. I didn't have to unclip this. You just unscrew that and this comes out. For this, you just push down the middle and then you can pull it out, so it's not very hard to pull out. So just FYI on that. So your biggest bet to getting to the back is this hole right here. So you've got to, you know, get a tool. I bought this small tool. This is how I got the job done. So if you don't have this, best of luck, because it's really tight down there. So I would say that's the majority of getting this job taken care of. I'm about to finish putting everything back over here. Be careful with the clips. I broke this clip, so which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. But I eventually learned that you have to push down on this. This is a tab. You have to push it down and then separate. So just FYI on that. I'll link you to a video that shows you how to do it. Also on the clips inside the injectors, it's the same principle. So that's pretty much all I have. Just make sure everything reconnects and then you should be golden. This is everything put back together. Need to tighten that. There she goes.